Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Orthotics Learn. Today we're going to talk about the structures of the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems in a way that you've never been taught before, because a lot of us have learned this in healthcare, the anatomy of the brain and all that, but we never really thought of it this way. So, what is the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system? The one is the rest and digest, that's the parasympathetic, right? And one's the sympathetic nervous system. The para is the rest and digest one, which is mainly controlled by the vagus nerve. And the fight or flight one is mainly controlled by a lot of cell bodies in the spine. What's a cell body? It's like the brains of the nerves. It's a collection of nerves or a collection of cell bodies in a little ganglion in dispersed different places around the spine. Okay, so I'm going to show you how structural damage along your spine and neck can cause problems with your para and sympathetic nervous system. And what are they? They control their involuntary control of all of your organ systems. So your heart, your lungs, your guts, your urinary, whatever, they are controlled by your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nerves to keep your body in homeostasis. So the sympathetic nervous system gets you ready to run from the lion, right? From danger, from stress. And the paranervous sympathetic nervous system calms you back down and keeps you in a state of rest. If you're not in balance with both of these, you could have a lot of different systemic problems. You could have gut problems because those systems are not in balance, right? You rest and digest. Vagus nerve controls a lot of your rest and digest, right? And when you see where these structures are in the spine and the neck, you're going to understand how easily they can get damaged. And that's what I talk about in most of my stuff here. It's about structural damage to nerves causing health problems. Okay, so let's check out, here's a diagram. There's your sympathetic nerves and your parasympathetic. So here's your brain stem, and your spinal cord. So the vagus nerve, this is the vagus nerve one. It controls pretty much everything. But look at this. So when you have to run from the lion, your sympathetic nerves will send a signal to your eyes to dilate the pupils, inhibit salivation, increase your heart rate so you can run, dilate your airways, open up your airways, inhibit stomach activities. A lot of you have stomach problems. And if you're on stress mode all the time, could be because of that. Inhibits gallbladder. Do you have gallbladder dysfunction? Inhibits intestinal activities. Relaxes bladder. So on the other side, the parasympathetic nerves constrict the pupils, stimulate salivation, slow heartbeat. So if this guy's not working good and you got a high heart rate, that could be why. Constrict airways. Just like Dr. Fraser Henderson did a study on after they fix your neck, what symptoms can be fixed. He even says asthma type symptoms. So constriction of airways could be caused by nerves. Do you ever know that? Stimulate stomach activities. So he's your rest and digest. Vagus nerve controls most of that. And that's the right side of the vagus nerve. So the one that comes out of the right side of the neck. I'm facing you. So this is my right side. Left side goes straight to the heart. So it's more heart related stuff. Although this side also controls a couple of things of the heart. Anyways, they're supposed to act in balance. That's homeostasis. So you run from the lion, you calm down after the stress is gone, and now you can eat, okay? And if they're not in balance, your rest and digest is not in balance with your fight or flight. You're always on one. That kind of tells you something, right? And remember, there's different kinds of damage to nerves. There's uh, physical damage, like let's say here in your neck, something's not sitting right and it's irritating the nerve. So the signals aren't getting through. There's chemical damage you can have also. So what you eat and stuff like that. Um, Poisons in our food, alcohol, whatever. And there's emotional stress too, don't forget. Because if your body can, if your mind can fix you, like people can heal themselves through their mind. You can make yourself sick through your mind. You can also heal yourself. So if you're not in a good, you're stressed all the time, it's going to be hard for your body to get into a healing state. But the one I talk about the most is obviously the physical damage to these nerves as a massage therapist. And this is what I've seen. Um, so again, so look at where the cell bodies are here. In your neck, you have you have cell bodies of both, okay? But vagus nerve, here you go, controls most of it, touches everything in your body except for, I believe, the adrenal glands. So, and contraction of bladder. So you pee a lot, could be that. You're irritating this guy. Or what if you're tight in some of these areas and you kind of anchor these nerves? Because they all come off your spinal cord, right? Tons of nerves come off your spinal cord. Here's one of the parasympathetic nervous systems. So if you have neck problems, let's say you have neck pain or low back problems, you could have problems with anything in the parasympathetic nervous system. You got low back problems, usually it's associated with pee stuff, poo stuff, and or reproductive system issues. So you got low back problems, you might have any of those three, if not all three. A lot of neurosurgeons won't do low back surgery unless you have associated pee problems or poo problems. Look at the neck. So see this? There's one, a nodose ganglion of the vagus nerve. So vagus nerve comes out of your brain right here, right in front of C1, okay? And a lot of people I massage up here, C1's right behind your ear. You'll feel a little bony area right behind your ear here. There's a little like pocket. That's where vagus nerve comes out. And then he goes straight down here and into your body, all throughout your body. On the right side, it's mostly digestive. On the left side, it's a lot goes to the heart and other things. So you can see, and a lot of people I see up here, they're uneven. C1 is off. Most people are off. Nobody's perfect. I'm off. I don't have any issues, but I'm I'm not a desk person. I'm not a phone. Well, I do use my phone a lot now, but I really watch what I do. I exercise and I'm strong. I've never had a car accident, so I don't have a lot of issues in my neck. I never have problems like painful, so I don't have any of these neurological issues like a lot of other people have. But you see, just look at the nerves. Like there's also muscles that go through here that tie up here. There's a mastoid process. There's the uh, SCM. Gosh, couldn't think of that. Sternocleidomastoid muscle goes from here to your clavicle, chokes right out. Also, your jugular vein comes out here. So if you got pressure headaches, that could be being blocked here through musculature. Or see that bone here? If that's off a little bit and forward, and you're doing a lot of, moving around, you can irritate the vagus nerve just like that. And that little vagus nerve controls all of your system. So I think it's Dr. Ross Hauser, they actually measure the diameter of this thing. And a lot of people that have all these health problems, their vagus nerve is irritated. It's a lot smaller than it should be because it's being irritated by something in the neck, a bone or choked out by muscle. Here is the cell bodies of the sympathetic nervous system. Now look at how all these nerves here. This is, if I was looking at your stomach and going through your body, this is where they are in the front of your spine. The back is back here. Now, you see how they wrap around? They're all connected to your spinal cord, and your spinal cord is connected to your brain. All of these nerves, there should be a little bit of stretch going on here and there with all your different movements. But when you have really tight muscles back here, they can actually anchor these structures, and now there's no more movement here. So when you bend forward up here, it's anchored here. Now you're pulling from this area. Are you irritating these guys? Could that be why? Because a lot of times after a massage, people are a lot less stressed, right? Well, I do a lot of work along the spinal cord, and people cannot believe the difference. They're like different people afterwards, and a lot of times it'll last more than just that a little while after the massage. Here's another diagram just to show you a bunch of nerves. And nobody looks as beautiful as this spine, no offense, but there's a lot of people that have lower hip, everybody's off somehow. But if you were to take this hip and pull down, you see all these structures that you're pulling down? And you're also going to pull all the way depending on where it's pulling from or how. You can be pulling on these guys. And when you over pull or overstretch nerves, they don't feed, they don't release waste as good, they don't get oxygen and blood as good, they don't work as good. Yeah, sure, if you're pinching nerves down here, you're going to have a lot of pain, but those nerves also piggyback onto other nerves. So they can cause all sorts of different problems. So now when I see people, they have chronic upper back upper back neck pain, I know they have health issues most of the time. And if they have low back problems, I know they have pee and or poo and or reproductive system issues. Anything from women with bad periods, women that are having trouble getting pregnant, men that reproductive. If you're having trouble getting it up, it's not always your heart. It can be your nerves are not working good, especially if sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. If it and you don't have a heart problem, it's probably nerves. Also peeing. You get up 3 to 5 times a night. A lot of men get that because a lot of men have low back problems. That can be associated. So if you fix your back, you won't pee as much. It's really that simple. Here's another diagram. So this is looking at your body from behind again. Look at this, a little bit of screwed up stuff in your neck. You're damaging that nerve. What do nerves do? They connect. Your brain is the big computer, but all these structures, even the peripheral nervous system, connect to your brain. You see that? That little one down here at the tip of your finger is connected to your brain. Your spinal cord is a bunch, billions of axons of nerves that go down through your spine and go throughout your body. Okay? So if, let's say you're really tight here, you have a problem in your mid back, all these muscles here anchor that. Now you bend forward, now it pulls from that area. Instead of all these little parts doing a little bit of stretch, if you're anchored here and you go forward, now you're pulling that, you can literally pull down your brain through the foramen magnum. So pulling your brain through the foramen magnum. And maybe not a lot, just a little bit, but that brainstem doesn't belong below the foramen magnum. That's what they call a Chiari. If it goes down more than 5 millimeters, it's considered a Chiari. Well, 5 millimeters or more, sometimes even a little bit less. It depends on your symptoms. And then you have all sorts of health problems. It's ridiculous. It's so easy. How do you fix all this? Be aware of this stuff. If you have more than one health problem, and you find you're on the fight or flight, yes, stress, like some of us can handle stress. If you're in balance and you're not damaging nerves, stress doesn't affect you the same. You can handle stress. So people that are really affected by stress, it's because you're not in balance. If you're having pee problems and gut problems, you are on the fight or flight. And then there's other people in the world that are so chill, man, a bomb could blow up beside them and they won't even jump. They might have other issues. They're not in balance either. So, and if your damage is up here in your neck, let's say you're damaging a little bit of the vagus nerve, anything below it can be affected. Now remember, the signals have to get from here down and back up, and sometimes back down. We do have reflex areas in the spine, but that's what nerves do. They connect the body. That's what connects the body, okay? Anyways, just I wanted to let you see that. Be sure to check out my last video about the structures of the nervous system, brain, brainstem, spinal cord, peripheral nerves. I just want you to visualize this differently than you were taught, if you were taught this at all. I see it all the time. I help people with all of these issues I talk about just through massage and with, of course, orthotics. The people that have a lateral pelvic tilt where their hips are off, look at this, right? If you're off here, you see that? See those hips? You pull down, you can actually translate. And if you have all these issues and it's happening up here, even through your brainstem, you're basically giving yourself a mild traumatic brain injury on a daily basis. So when you sit like this all day long, it's not good. And then what are you doing to your spine? You're changing your spine. You're supposed to have a nice C curve in the back here. A lot of people don't have that. You could be all screwed up though. I don't want to scare people. You could be all screwed up here and have no issues like me. I have a very big tilt to my hips. Not anymore because I wear orthotics everywhere I sit. But I have a lot of strength up here. I've never had a car accident, so I'm okay. But the people that are hypermobile, we're going to talk about that coming up too. If you're super flexible or you crick and crack a lot in here, that means there's instability in your spine. Okay, then you're more likely to be damaging these things. So if you have heart palpitations, gut problems, pee problems, cold hands and feet, numb hands and feet, along with headaches, pain up here, all that stuff, it could all be related. It's a lot simpler than we were taught. I'm just here to teach you how simple it is and for people to be less scared because I hate it that they're so scared. Okay, so wait for my next video. I think we're going to talk a lot about what is normal. What is a normal body? Is it normal to be 15 and have anxiety and gut problems and headaches? Is it normal to be 55 and have no health issues, no pain? We're going to see about that. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.